Parliamentary debates in the format of World Schools Debating Championship is quite a big and a growing phenomenon in Pakistan, with it being centered in cities like Lahore, Karachi, and Islamabad. And coming from one of these cities, that is Lahore, I had been a part of debate culture for more than 3 years, and have scrupulously observed the changes that my peers and I underwent. Changes which might be considered positive by some and negative by others in Pakistan. But before I move on to anything else, I think it's important to give a mental image of how things actually work when it comes to debates at school level in my city. So there's this non-profit organization called Debating Society of Pakistan, DSP in short, which collaborates with member schools to run debate tournaments, mainly in the 3 cities that I mentioned earlier. And within a year, DSP oversees 2 debate seasons, under 17 and under 19. Under 17 for students under the age of 17, starting from mid-January and lasting till March, and under 19 for students under the age of 19, beginning in late September and lasting till December. Both of these seasons basically end in a nationally held U17 and U19 debate tournament. Moreover, DSP is also responsible for arranging a camp with the sole purpose of finding a Pakistan team consisting of talented public speakers who can represent Pakistan at an annually held international debates competition called World Schools Debating Championship, or WSDC in short. Having established that, let's move on to the subject matter of this talk through my personal experience. When I joined Debate Society and my school, the sole motivation wasn't to end up in Pakistan team or to be considered a highly intellectual student, but it was to do something, anything that could give me a professional challenge. However, another quite attractive thing for me and a lot of other debaters was getting free food and good food at these tournaments. In fact, I distinctly remember having the best brownie I've ever had at one of those tournaments. But on a more serious note, having debated at various competitions and being part of the debate society at my school, I slowly started assuming the persona of a debater. A highly intellectual student, or so I thought I was, who would have valuable insight and knowledge into different areas like philosophy, science, politics, and so on, with a combination of critical thinking skills. But how does one reach that level? How does one become a debater? At my school, normally we'd have debate sessions lasting for 4 to 5 hours, right after school, for 3 working days. And moreover, we'd also have on special occasions extra sessions at someone's place or probably at school if it was possible. And what happened during those sessions? Our coach would basically lecture us about different areas of knowledge. For example, moral philosophies or a historical incident. Anything that was quite relevant in debates at school level. Anything that could help us contextualize the debate in the real world or help us deconstruct our opponent's arguments. Moreover, we also were supposed to read up on news daily. And sometimes we were also checking in the sessions if we were indeed reading up on news daily by our coach. Furthermore, a substantial part of the sessions were critical thinking exercises and case construction exercises. In terms of critical thinking exercises, we were supposed to evaluate different articles, evaluate arguments presented by our coach on motions like this house would ban violent video games to complex topics like this house believes that European Union nations should forgive Greece's sovereign debt. In terms of case construction exercises, we basically were taught how to construct case for a particular motion, for or against it. And we were taught how to ask the questions that made us mature in terms of constructing a case. Last but not the least, we also had mock debates and friendly debates with other school debate teams, which helped us grow as a holistic speaker, stylistically, in terms of strategy, and also argumentatively. Moreover, we'd also get constant feedback from our coach, which helped us grow as a speaker. All of these skills that we developed or built upon over time were put to test at tournaments, usually at the end of each week. And we'd get tangible results by looking at our performances in each tournament. So for example, winning a tournament would basically mean we're not too shabby. This rigorous process of becoming a debater, or at least assuming the persona of a debater, inherently changes the way we think and observe the world. To ground this statement into reality, let me give you a personal experience, a personal example of how I face my beliefs and challenge them. I was born and raised a conservative Christian in Pakistan, and I was led to believe that homosexuality isn't fine in any case. However, gone through this process of being a debater and debating on motions like this house would legalize homosexuality, and not having control over which side of the motion I'd end up at, proposition or opposition, it led me to think about these issues that I had shut out completely because of my conservative upbringing. I started thinking about these issues, which led me to understand that there's nothing really wrong with homosexuality. Or to put it into explicit terms, I wasn't homophobic anymore. In fact, let me give you another example of a close friend of mine, a conservative Muslim who debated with me, never thought about challenging his religious views, was nudged to question them, was nudged to think about them. And within a period of 2 years, he questioned his beliefs. He basically challenged, he read up on a lot of non-religious and religious philosophers on the existence of God and came to a conclusion. He became an atheist. Now that doesn't mean that I'm saying atheism is necessarily a good thing and being conservative is wrong. But what I am saying is the process through which he underwent and came through the process through which he came to those conclusions is something that should be valued and shouldn't be undermined. So what actually happened in both of these instances? Since he and even I underwent this subtle process of being more critical about the knowledge that we acquired over time, we started thinking about issues, sensitive issues like religious fundamentalism in Pakistan or blasphemy laws in Pakistan, which isn't really talked about openly in Pakistan without being reprimanded or even killed for it. We started with the simple process of questioning simple things. We started questioning our social roles. We started questioning our social norms and values. For example, why are we boys not supposed to cry? Or why can't boys play with dolls, for example? All of these simple questions that were first limited to structured debating competitions were applied in real life. They were hardwired into our brain. So whenever we come up with something new, we subconsciously move to think about them and be critical about them. So in a nutshell, Debating Society of Pakistan, or DSP, has facilitated the use of Pakistan as a platform where they have empowered their thinking abilities. They're more free in terms of thinking and deciding what is right for them and what is wrong for them. Their volition isn't restricted at the end of the day. And I think it's a revolutionary phenomenon because of the very fact that they can make their own decisions. They can be critical about the knowledge that they acquire over time from different social institutions, be it media, be it education, religion, or even family. And that is why I think it's a revolutionary phenomenon. However, there's also a lot of criticism surrounding the idea of westernization in Pakistan. For example, Valentine's Day was recently banned in Pakistan for being Western. And I think it's possible for people to assume that the World Schools Debating Championship, and debating in particular, is also a Western concept in Pakistan. However, it is important to realize that people make individual decisions, people who are involved in these debating activities. And the individual decisions shouldn't be the ones that should be focused on, but the process through they undergo to make those decisions. At the end of the day, they might turn out to be liberal, they might turn out to be conservative, but it's the process that should matter. And in terms of the criticism that abounds in this concept, I think debating is something that isn't monopolized by the West. It is an inherent value that is found in every society. It's found in every culture, every country, and even households. People debate everywhere. People debate, evaluate their options to reach conclusions and to find solutions to their problems. For example, I might consider not eating ice cream in cold weather because I might get sick. So I'm debating with myself, and I think it's something that isn't monopolized by the West, and we need to realize that. So in retrospect, I believe debating has reshaped the person I was. It has reshaped me into who I am today. I could have never believed that something not that significant could have had profound effects on my life. I've grown into a person who is more open to constructive criticism, who's open to new ideas, and is quite progressive in his thinking. All because of what? Debates at school level. And there are many others like me who are going through the same process or have gone through the same process. And that's why I think that debating in Pakistan is revamping the way the youth in Pakistan think. In the end, I'd like to quote Joseph Joubert, a French essayist and moralist, which reflects the importance of my talk today. He said, "It is better to debate a question without settling it than to settle a question without debating it." Thank you.